Okay, so I'm going to be talking about traditional versus flipped classroom. So flipped classroom is an instructional strategy that has been becoming very popular nowadays, and so that pretty much takes away from the traditional learning, and you're able to implement instruction and content, all of that online for students to see. So the traditional classroom is usually inside, the teacher instructs, and students listen and take notes. Um, Guided instruction is taking place, and then you assess the student, and then homework is assigned for the student to see if they understand the material. In a flipped classroom, it could be outside and inside. Outside meaning, taking it away from the classroom or just being at home. And then, so what happens is the teacher finds the material. They prepare it online for students to see and watch it during an assigned period. This is at home or before class, and then students prepare questions, if they didn't understand what was going on. And then in class, and the teacher prepares activities for these students to work on. It's very student-centered, and it usually relates back to what they saw online. So then class time is used for review activities where students are able to receive additional support from the instructor if needed. So an example of traditional classroom assignment is, going home, reading chapter 2, and then answering questions 1 through 5. And then an example of flipped classroom would be that the teacher creates, and then they find the content, the student watches the content at home, and then they prepare questions or anything before the actual class. So the pros and the cons. So the pros are of flipped classroom is that it's accessible information and that parents can be involved. So by that, it means that parents are able to see what the students are up to and what they're doing in class. And then the cons would be access to technology. Since not everyone has access to technology, it might become a problem to get a student to work on or to see the content online. So I watched this YouTube video, and the video pretty much stated that in a traditional classroom, the teacher stands in front of the classroom. The students are given the information, and then they write and take notes. Then they're assessed, and it's pretty much how we were taught or our parents were taught. The problem with this is that not all students learn in the same speed, so some students do get left behind in the process, or you do have to differentiate instruction for all students. Now, the flipped classroom, it addresses these problems. It makes learning easy and more personal, so you're able to pinpoint each student through this process, and the teacher pretty much just takes the time to make the content, and then students have access to this information at all times. The student's job is to watch before class starts and just find some questions that apply to what they're being taught, and then again they're able to rewatch the video as many times as they want, and then the teacher uses this time in class as additional time to work one-on-one with the student, and it can be used as a more independent time with students. So this is a flipped classroom, and thank you for watching.